It's like people who win the lottery, but then they start complaining that they have to get an accountant.
Hi everybody, welcome to Fireside Chats. Our little fire. We're talking about a coworker who can't enjoy the sun when it's shining, says, oh, the rain's coming. Is that a good way to say it?
Yep.
Alright, so let's hear about the wonderful young people that you get to play with.
There's more kids hugging me now.
Even more.
Yeah, because they see other kids hugging me, and so they want to be in the phone, or that kind of gives them permission to be closer. Or if they don't want to hug, they'll come and say, can you open this, can you open that? And one kid, I go, who opened this for you the last time you was here? They just want the attention,
Yeah.
but they're too hesitant to hug, you know. We're trying to design something with questions and answers, and for them to get prizes for those 15 minutes in the cafeteria.
You talked about the dead zone time.
Right. And she was doing research as to what can fit in organza bag, because I have a lot of organza bags. What can fit in there to give it to them as a prize. So I told her that I wanted things that have affirmations. Affirmations, yeah.
Don't forget I gave you the Pokemon cards.
Thank you for reminding me of that.
They love those things.
So she did the research, and we found rubber wristbands that has things. We found pencils that says things, you're the greatest, don't give up, erasers in shape of butterflies or the solar system or something.
My
They were
Chinese
erasers.
kids, all of them have a collection of erasers.
Erasers?
Of all kinds of cool shapes and designs. And I'm amazed at all of the weird things they do that they call an eraser nowadays. It's stunning. So yeah, you ought to have a lot of choices there.
So it's being put out by Oriental Trading, which I've done business with them before. So I got to do a little research, and she thought that would be good, like quick, because they only have 10 or 15 minutes. I would have to rearrange some of the tables, the sitting arrangements, but as long as they're in the same classroom, that doesn't make a difference. And somebody somewhere was discussing the congestion of the kids, you know, how this one was on that side and I can't mind all three of them at once. So I was told that those that normally sit, to put them down there, because that's where the teacher comes. You know, send them down the hall and make them sit, and then the other ones can sit on the bench while they're waiting for their teacher, because the teacher comes from the other side. You know, so it makes it easier for directing the kids from when the teacher comes.
So this sounds like a nice little
Organization,
additional
right?
Organization. Okay, good. I was trying to make sure I was
Yes,
hearing it
he
right.
told me, I go, thank you for sharing it, but can we do a dry run between now and Friday, because I'm going to forget, and I don't remember their faces, but I like the idea that the teachers that come from there put the kids, you know, over there, have them sit, and then the other ones that's supposed to be there over here, because the teacher comes from that side. So
That's
wherever that came from,
organizational efficiency. That's cool.
and my coworker wanted me to tell you, thank you very much for the cup.
Good.
He likes his cup.
Good. All right.
I go, oh, you like the cup better than the candle? He goes, well, not so much into candles. I go, but it was holiday. There are candles. It's red. Goodbye, I like the cup. I said, you men are all alike.
We don't care about
that was my husband's suggestion. And he made sure, like 2 or 3 times, he thanked me for the cup.
You know. He is most welcome. I'm glad to protect his manhood.
Yeah. So that's going on, and now I get it from this lady about where to post the pictures.
Oh, good.
So I tell her there's no rush. I got pictures too. We need to share.
You want to let's print 2 or 3 every day or something, so that it continues, instead of putting them all up at once, kind of just.
Oh,
Here they come.
I got the printer and share it with her.
Right.
You know, and I told her, we're not allowed to share the pictures if they didn't sign the consent. But I found out that if it's on the school grounds, like the 2 bulletin board that they signed to me, we don't need the consent.
Right.
And she interpreted that to mean that we couldn't, as opposed to that we could. I go, no, we can't. But her 2 boys were distracting her, and I says, we'll talk more next week, and it'll be fine.
This is the PTA lady.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yeah.
Oh,
And
she
somebody
tried to
took
share-
the letter O from Joy, and I said, well, that had to be after 12 because I was in and out of the dining room and I saw the letter there, so it had to be in the afternoon. So we'll put another O, you know. But now I know that she's the one that decorates that, you know, that particular.
She's the one in charge of that. Okay, that's such a good idea.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
more I learn about this lady, the more I like her.
yeah. So I told her, just take it easy. We got time to hook it up. First I think we should get to know each other. And she goes, oh, I'm a physical therapist. I go, oh, then you need to know what I do too. And she goes, yeah, Miss Lilly. I felt like saying, you don't need to keep calling me Miss Lilly, but
No, but it's better for everybody at the school
yeah.
to call you Miss Lilly. That way the kids don't overhear something else.
And she got 2 boys. I mean, she has at least 3 kids.
Right, we know of 3 kids now. And like you said, she.
I didn't think she
Doesn't
was
even
old
approach
enough to have one. I mean, you.
That's the
you
way
know.
I was gonna say. I was trying to find an appropriate way to say that. It's like
Yeah,
she doesn't look like a typical mother's body. Let's put it that way, or face. I mean, she just.
right. And she's physical therapy. I remember physical therapy.
So
That's
she's
her
a
thing.
health freak, probably.
Right.
Good.
And I told her, I said, I wanted him to tell you what happened before anybody would present it in a mode that it was a problem. I said, I think he shocked himself so much that he stood shocked.
The story is this young man opened his yogurt and shook it and got it all over the place. He forgot to shake
Seal it,
before unsealing it. So yeah.
And so then he went to shake it and it went all over. Him, his clothes, the floor, the table. Nobody wanted to be near him. It was such a mess.
Poor kid.
He didn't even tell his mom that I washed his hair. He didn't say nothing about it. I said, well, I wanted you to know that it wasn't a problem. It was an accident that happened. And then she looks at him and she goes, why didn't you tell me? And he goes, I told Daddy. And she goes, but what about your hair? And he goes, Daddy washed it.
So
But
he's
it's
afraid
because
to
she's
tell
been in the
her.
hospital with her father.
Oh, that's
So she
right.
wasn't
She's
home. She got home real
distracted,
late. So
yeah.
Daddy already put them to bed.
Okay, well at least he told somebody, or he says he told somebody.
Yeah.
We'll see. It
And
wasn't important.
Yeah, but I told her, I wanted you to know that he didn't cause the problem. It was just a regular accident, you know. And I'm thinking, see, I'm talking to your mother. I'm talking to my mother. Yeah, you know. He's not a bad kid, but he's a kid. You know, so you gotta give us some leeway.
And she knows him, so she would never tell. Okay, well.
Yeah, she says he never complains about nothing. Even whether he's wrong or right or whatever, he never,
That's his
he doesn't
personality.
share it and he doesn't talk about it,
Yeah.
you know. I said, well, I just want you to know that in case somebody else presented it different, I was there, I washed his hair, I helped clean the area, but after that he would not say a word.
Poor kid.
And I'm standing there and I go, what's my name? So he goes, Miss Lilly. I go, did Miss Lilly wash your hair? Was it an accident or did somebody hurt you? It was an accident. But even though it's an accident, he still was afraid
Right. Yeah.
because it was a big mess.
Yeah, well. But at
You
least mom heard the story and wasn't upset.
Right.
He's not in trouble.
Right.
And all that good
Right.
stuff.
Right.
Good.
And so I made him say my name so that he knows. I go, you see me talking to mommy? If you have a problem, who are you going to text? To you. And she looks at me, I go, I have them well trained. Yeah, there's more kids that are not afraid to come to me now.
Good. Well,
Yeah.
you've been there 5 months now?
Yeah, 5 months or so.
Yeah.
And there was, again, some other child didn't have lunch. Now, they didn't tell me, or she didn't tell me whether she dropped it, somebody kicked it out of her hands, whether she brought it up. She just didn't have lunch.
It's a kid, they don't have lunch, they need
Right.
lunch.
So I go, another little, but she's kind of one of the musketeers. There's a 3 musketeer girl team. And I didn't want to listen to her. I go, you're giving me too many grades. You give me a headache. I don't want to listen to you. No, but for real, Miss Lilly, for real, this is important. I go, okay, what? And then she told me that the girl didn't have food. I go, do not share your foods. Okay. But Miss Lilly, she's hungry. I will get her food. Then after, again, I had assistance for her to go get her food. She didn't ask. I sat down with the 3 female musketeers. I go, some people have allergies to milk, to peanuts, to chicken, to different things. So you can't just be giving people your food because maybe at that moment they forget what they're allergic to. Or maybe they don't remember ever what they're allergic to. And you're going to give them something, either the kindness of your heart, and then the throat's going to blow up, and I'm not a nurse. The person's going to suffer right in front of you. And then we're all going to freak out. So do not share your food. Eat your food, and that's it. Somebody doesn't have food, you come and tell me, I'll make sure they have food. But you give it to somebody, and you don't know that they're allergic to something, that's going to be really bad. Okay, you understand the 3 musketeers? I go, do you understand? You hear me? Because they were like, I go, and the more trouble you give me, the more I'm going to remember you. I'll follow you to your room. They are like so mischievous.
Yeah.
The 3 of them, and you look at them and they look like such sweet little girls.
Uh-huh.
One of them, who's like Peep Squeak, went under the table, okay, to stick a carrot in the leg of the boy that's sitting in front of her shorts. He's wearing shorts. So she goes under the table and sticks the carrots in his shorts and then sit back up. And I saw the whole thing. But she thought because I was a little bit far away, and he felt it and he thought something was weird and he jumped and everybody's laughing and the carrot falls out. Right? So he goes, who did this? Who did that? Shh, sit down, calm down. So I took the girl, I took her in a corner, and she goes, I didn't do it. I go, I saw you do it. So don't argue, you didn't. You did it. Now, if he did that to you, you would be very upset if you went and stuck a carrot up your shorts. Okay? You're going to apologize, and you're going to shake hands, and you're going to be friends, and you're going to promise to never do this again, because if not, you know what's going to happen. What? I'm going to tell your parent I'm going to stick carrots in your ears and your nose everywhere. Don't go under the table doing this to people. It was just funny. No, it wasn't funny. You made him feel very upset if he doesn't know what's going on. And if they did it to you, you would be upset. I don't like carrots. I didn't ask you whether you like carrots or not, okay? That's not the point. Now you're going to sit down. And if I have to come and see you one more time, you're going to tell my mother? Yes. I'm going to tell your teacher, your mother, your father, You told me that before. I go, this time I'm going to do it. So go shake hands and say, I'm sorry I did this. You're going to be friends because that's your classmate. Okay? And you're going to promise to never do this again. Okay? I really have to, huh? I go, yes, you do. Either that or I'll call your mom. Okay. So she walks up to him, and you can tell that she doesn't mean it, you know? But she says to him, I'm sorry. I go, no, I didn't hear it. And she says it louder. And the other 2 girls are laughing, okay? Because they're not involved in this, but they do other mischief. So I go to the boy. Do you forgive her? Yeah, but if she doesn't do it again, I forgive her. She does it again. So I go, okay. Shake hands and say, I'm sorry. I'm not going to do this again. Look him in the eye. Mean it. She goes, you're not going to stick a carrot up my shorts, are you? To the boy.
Right. Well,
Yeah,
now she understands it's a problem. That's good.
And he's like, it never occurred to him for him to do that. That's why I say these
If a
little,
boy does that to a girl, it's a huge
these
scenario.
3 little musketeers do a lot of mischief to the boys.
Right.
The boys don't touch them because they're like the witches of Eastwick or something. They do all kinds of,
The witches of Coral Ridge.
you know, and then when I go there, they're smiling like that. Cut it out. What did you do this time? You know. So I made her shake hands and I made her apologize and go, sit over there. So I come back to the boy, I go, you're not going to do this, right? She goes, I was so scared, I didn't know what was in my pants. I'm like, of course. I go, are you accepting her apology? If she doesn't do it again, I'll accept it. If she does it again, we're going to have a problem, Miss Lilly.
We're gonna have. I love it. We're gonna have a problem. Oh man, I love these kids. I don't even know them, and I love them.
You know? And then I go around, but I keep my eye on those 3 girls over there all the time. Okay? Walk around, do this, do that, ba-dee. So this one boy, he goes, Miss Lilly, I want that boy over there from another class to come and play with me. You know, they're not allowed to leave their section of their class. I go, okay, when you finish your lunch and he finishes his lunch, I will gladly bring him over and I will say that I gave him special permission. But you gotta eat first because you guys spend too much time playing and you don't eat lunch. You gotta eat lunch first and then you play. He goes, can I eat real fast? I go, you can eat real fast. But the thing is, he's eating fast, he wants to, but that guy over there wants to play, couldn't care less. And he doesn't want to eat fast, and he doesn't want to sit over here, because he likes to make trouble over there. Okay.
That's funny.
So I go, show me the one that you're talking about, and he points to him. So he thinks he's in trouble, right? So I go to him, I go, and you can see he's like,
What did I do now? What did she catch me doing?
hey, if you guys finish lunch quickly, I'll gladly put you over there. You can play with him, you know. I go, he wants to play with you. Do you want to play with him? I go, you can talk. No, Miss Lilly, I cannot eat fast. I go, I'm not asking you to eat fast. I'm asking you to eat. And they go, no, I stay right here. I go, oh, okay. But you see, I was going to give him special permission. He goes, no, Miss. I go, why you don't want to go? Because there's a lot of them over there, and I'm going to get in trouble. Like where the guy was sitting, there was like 6 of them, okay? And where he's sitting, he's by himself. He's got the whole table by himself. There's not that many people from his class.
Recognize that if he gets together with them, he can be in trouble.
Oh yeah, because there's a lot of them sitting next to his friend, although not next to him.
Right.
I go, okay, all right, well, I will tell him, and you can say thank you for thinking of me, okay? That will help keep you out of trouble because he's being nice for you. Okay, so I go back and I say, oh, he's scared he's going to be in trouble, not with you, but if he sits here, there's a lot of people and it'll distract him and he'd be in trouble. And over there, he's sitting by himself. Well, he says, whether he sits with all of us or by himself, he always gets in trouble anyway, no matter what. What can I say to that? That's his friend.
Hard to argue with, yeah.
That's his friend.
Why didn't he want to go over there?
He didn't want to go over there because he really was scared he's going to get in trouble.
No, but ask you to go
Oh,
over
to
there.
move him over there? We didn't even consider that. You know,
Just
we didn't
seems
even.
to me if he can't go here, you can go there.
Right, we didn't even discuss that, but his observation is it doesn't matter
That's
where he sits,
beautiful.
you know. So I go, And why do you want a troublemaker sitting next to you? You're never in trouble. Because we play nice. I go,
That's wonderful.
then when you finish eating, you go play nice outside. And then we don't have to worry about who's sitting where. And this is not playtime, this is lunchtime. So when we go outside, you can have playtime. Okay.
I love it.
It's never boring. And I think that because it seems to be an increase of kids trusting me, and then more of them are hugging me, or I high-five them when they go in the cafeteria and stuff, you know. Or I tell them little things. Let me see your hands. Did you wash your hands? Why do you wash your hands? Oh, because their hands are dirty. I go, dirty? What else is in your hands? Germs in your hand when you're playing, and you're going to go have lunch. So when you finish in the bathroom, you take the soap and you wash between the fingers and your nails real good with the soap, rinse it off, and then you dry it. And then I check your fingers to make sure. But Miss Lilly, you said you can't see germs. I go, no, we can't see them. But if you didn't wash between your fingers, there's going to be germs. So I check their hands, I check their clothes, you know, they come out all okay, put your shirt over here like this, because we don't want to see the zipper open for a young man. Close that. Just like the girls, they got little shorts underneath the skirt, and they put their legs on. I go, put your legs down, you got a skirt on, sit down. Turn around. I think most of them feel secure when they know what to expect.
Right, yeah, of course, yeah.
You know, if I come, as soon as I walk in, if they see me, they sit down with the legs in front of them. Before I get there, you can hear this.
Sister Mary Elephant. I love it.
You know, I don't bother too much with the special needs kids, but, and my coworker doesn't insist that they sit down. But to me, if you're gonna eat, you gotta sit down, and if you put your legs over there, I'm gonna trip over there. If you put it over there, it's and the other person's, sit down and your legs in front, and then we don't have so many accidents,
Yeah.
you know? So I insist they sit down. So this fuzzy top little boy got beautiful curls all over like this, right? And he likes to lean over to talk to his buddy over there with his butt up in the air because he's using his feet under.
Right, yeah.
So I tap on their shoulder. I go, if you ignore me, I'm gonna get the fish hook and lift you up to the ceiling. Oh, Miss Lily, what? I go, why don't you ask to sit there instead of leaning across the table? You're like your elbows in other people's lunch and everything. We never did that before. I go, well, you can do it now. Miss Lily will give you permission to sit there when you finish your lunch. Did you finish your lunch? Yes, I did, Miss Lily. I go, did he finish his lunch? Yeah. I go, well, then he can sit next to you or you can sit over there. But don't go across the table, then your underarms and everything and other people's food. I could go over there. I go, I will give you permission to go if you both finish your lunch or he can sit next to you. Okay. So I leave.
It's got a new tool.
Right. I leave and I do things. He comes back. He raised his hand. No, he came running to me and I go, why are you running? He finished his lunch. He finished his lunch. I go, okay. I go over to the boy and I go, did you finish it? Not yet. I go, you're rushing him to finish his lunch? Sit down and don't make me more trouble. When you finish, you can sit over here if you want, okay? I don't want to.
Another one, yeah.
I don't want to. What I learned is that the one that he's pointing to is not from his class.
Right.
And I would have given that special permission, but somehow along the line, it was reinforced you have to stay with your class.
Okay.
And I don't mind giving special permission if you finish your lunch to switch them.
Right.
You know, and then when they ring the bell, you go with your class, you know. But they have been so conditioned that you only deal with your class.
Okay, well,
So I told Mr. Curly Top, I go, I will give you special permission. You can sit with them. can I have special permission tomorrow? I go, if I'm here and you finish the lunch, you can have special permission tomorrow. What about when you're not here? I go, but who's giving you the special permission? It's me, right? So I have to be here to give you the special permission. What if you're not here? I go, then you don't have special permission. Then you can't do that. You're gonna be here tomorrow, right?
These little negotiators. I love it. Oh, you got 4 or 5 little lawyers there. Or business people. They really like to negotiate the exact details.
Then one girl, she's in a group of girls over there. She doesn't raise her hand. They can't get out of their seat if they don't raise their hand. But she's been standing up a lot, and I've been doing like this. And she sits down, I turn around, she stands back up. So now she's raising her hand, and I'm talking to another little girl. And so, and she's screaming, I go, hey, you have to wait till I'm ready. I see your hand, and you're standing up. So sit down, you're next. When I finish. But I have something to tell you, but you are not the only princess here. Sit down. So I'm dealing with this, I don't know what the issue was, a minor issue, I think shoelace or something like that. Then I look up and she's standing up again. I go, because you stood up again, I don't need to hear anything that you're saying, because you disobeyed me, okay? But I raised my hand. You raised your hand from before when I told you to sit down. You have amnesia or something? Miss Lilly, what's amnesia? Just sit down. I'll think about talking to you. Miss Lilly, but it's not bad what I want to tell you. I go, okay, what do you want? She had a trail mix little package that was not open, you know, and she wanted to give it to a girl 3 tables down. Okay. What is it? Okay, if you met me, okay, but can you take this to the girl over there? I go, is she allergic to peanuts? I don't know. Then she's not getting your peanuts. We have to find out who's allergic to what to eat the peanuts. Because she could be allergic to peanuts and get very sick. So you have to know, or you don't share your food. And if you don't keep your butt down on that seat, you're going to be in serious trouble all the time. And you don't rush Miss Lilly. Okay?
I don't rush Miss Lilly.
When I'm ready, I will come to you, but you're not the only
You hear that,
one.
friends? I don't rush Miss Lilly.
So she sat down. The trail mix was there, right? And so I waited till things calmed down. I come back behind. I go, that's a very nice thought of yours to share the food that you have. But we have to be very careful because sometimes people forget what they're allergic to, and that could be very, very bad for them, okay? So since you don't know and she doesn't know, don't share your food. When you do know, then you can do something like that. But you don't ever rush me. I'm in charge of everybody here. You're only in charge of yourself. That's one person, I got 150. Do you understand me? And if you keep standing up, I'll be dialing your mommy tomorrow. No. Okay, I sit. I go, and you're going to sit with an attitude too? And you're going to be mad? I understand now, okay.
Faking it well.
But it's true, I noticed that they like to share the food, you know, with this one, with that one, whatever. And
They're a nice little community. And
but we had a little incident this morning that one boy shared, he had something homemade.
Right.
I don't know if it's brownies or cookies, something, but it had peanuts. Okay. And a lot of the kids are allergic to peanuts.
Right.
So he went and he gave it to the one sitting next to him. And as soon as he gave it to him that he ate it because they're getting along, he started coughing and coughing and coughing. And I'm calling for my coworkers like, you know how I cough? 5 times worse for a little boy. And he goes, oh, it has peanuts. I went, shh. Took them out of there real fast, you know, went and looked for the office nurse. I go, no, gotta get the nurse to come here. I can't be carrying him around nowhere. Girlfriend had to come to the office right away and they gave him a shot and he had to stay laying down. So then I explained to this boy with all the kids around him, look what happened. It was kind of you, but he's allergic to peanuts. It was affecting his lungs. He couldn't breathe. No more sharing of food. It's my fault? I go, no, it's not your fault. But I want you to understand, you saw this lesson, how it came down, right? I had to rush with him. So you can't do this. It's very serious. So all of them understood. I go, no more sharing. Okay? If you don't know, don't share. He goes, but he did it. I go, he did not do it on purpose. Okay? He was just being kind and he didn't know. Then he's sitting there and the one that, and he starts crying. You know, not boo-hoo, but he's, I go, what's the matter? Is he gonna be okay? I go, yeah, I got the nurse to him in time, but you know, I had to act real fast because they can't breathe. Can I say I'm sorry to him? I said, when he gets better, when he joins the class again, you can say that, okay? And that's fine. Miss Lilly, I didn't mean it. So I hugged him, you know, from the back. I hugged him. I go, I know you didn't mean it. I know you were being kind. But you see what happens? All of you see what happens? We're just being kind. People are allergic to peanuts, to milk, to this, to that. And then one boy from the pony goes, and strawberries too!
Could be. Could be.
You could be allergic to anything.
You never know.
Any food that you're eating.
Yeah.
You know? So that was an intense lesson for him. And he got real scared. I mean, I had to almost carry this boy,
Right.
you know, because I couldn't connect with my coworkers that were there, and I thought I ain't got time to be calling them, rush them over there, and then over there they said take them to, no, I'm not taking nobody, whoever it is got to come over here, because I can't be carrying this boy, and you can't expect him to walk. So I laid him across the 3 chairs, right, and I said no. So 2 nurses came. And I told them what happened, and they were not equipped with the shot needle thing.
EpiPen, I think.
Yeah, the EpiPen. That was from the other nurse that's far away. So I go, I'm gonna stay right here with you until she shows up. She might give you a needle, okay? But you could see that he was struggling to breathe. But I'm not going nowhere. I'm staying right there with him, and nobody showed me where to put him down on the bed. So I had him across the 3 chairs.
Wow.
I go, calm down, control your breathing. Okay, we're gonna do this. The nurse is coming. The more excited you get, the more upset, your throat's gonna tighten up, and then you can't breathe. And I'm not putting my mouth on your mouth, okay? I'm not a nurse. Okay. So I had, almost like when the women give birth, you know, I had to totally calm him down. And then you could tell like he was almost like gonna pass out or something, but I don't know if he was passed out because he's sleepy or headache or whatever. The nurse comes through the door. I'm right there. I go, right here. Don't ask no questions, we're right here. Right away she gave him an injection, and then she helped me pick him up to put him in a bed, a cot for him to, they had to wait, she said half an hour or so to wait
To make sure
for the
it's
reaction.
working, yeah.
They had to call his mom because she gave him a shot,
Of course, yeah.
you know, so they had to call his mom and explain everything to his mom, what happened and how we did it. What did she say? Was Miss Lilly there? Yes, Miss Lily's the one who carried him from the dining room to the office. Oh no, but he's heavy. But you know what? I never thought that he was heavy during the adrenaline moment.
In emergency, you do what you gotta do. You're not worried about the details.
I would have dragged him from his shoulder
You would
to
have
get over
carried
there.
me. I know you.
You know, and then when the half hour was up, they send him to me because they don't know where he belongs. You know, what class, what teacher. So I'm back over there. They send him back to me. And you could tell he was a little weird. And so I go, I'm going to take you back to your room, okay? He goes, okay. Then I went to the office. I go, do not send a sick child to look for me, okay? You call me and I'll come and get him. What if between the office and me, he passes out and nobody knows what's going on? It's better for me to come to him and I know what's going on
Chain of command. Yeah.
than send him alone. He's not even with somebody. How do you know where I'm at?
How do you know he knows where to go?
Okay, you tell him over there, but
He's just been through
what
an
if he
incident.
doesn't make it?
Yeah, he's been through an incident.
I said, no, if the child is sick for whatever, you call me. I come. Or leave him here. The nurse can come and get me. But don't send a sick child or an injured child to go find me when they're by themselves. Okay, you know. I feel like that makes total sense to me. Why would you do that? To say, okay, go look for her. And I thought, I'm freaking out. I'm trying to keep it together. It scared me that he was having trouble
Of course.
breathing.
I mean,
You know, I mean, I'm acting like I'm doing, but I was freaking out. I didn't know what to do.
well, you did the right thing. You got him to the office and got a nurse. It seems to me one of the recommendations you might make down the road is that the nurse's office should be near the cafeteria because it's the major concentration of problems. People falling,
Yeah.
food issues.
Oh, another one. Another little girl was in line. I'm trying to put everybody in line. This is the munchkins. And so I tell them to walk down that way. The teacher's coming. Okay, go that way. She had a tissue she was holding on this on her nose. But I don't see her nose bleeding, you know? So I go, what's the matter? She goes like this. Somebody had cut her nose.
Oh.
I said, who did this? Somebody. I go, what is somebody's name? I didn't want to get in trouble. You're not in trouble. Let me see. When I looked, it looked like a scratch, but it was lightly bleeding. And so she had the tissue there.
Right.
But her hands were filthy.
Oof.
So I said, okay. Keep the tissue on your nose. I'm going to walk you to your teacher, and you're going to sanitize your hands and clean them real good because your nails and everything is real dirty. And we're going to get you a clean napkin, and we're going to put some of the sanitizer on your nose, okay? And you need to tell me when somebody hurts you, because you know who did this. And even if it was an accident, they need to apologize, okay? And don't play rough like that. Okay, Miss Lilly. So she's starting to walk away, and the other girls are being nosy. What happened? What happened? When she takes the thing, oh no! Psh! You know, it wasn't that bad. It just looks bad.
Right.
I walked her to the teacher, and I said, she won't say who did it, but I'm more concerned that she cleans her hands and, you know, sanitize the condition there. And the teacher tells me, I know who did it.
Yeah.
I go, okay, but she just got to clean her hands, okay, and clean the napkin there. Okay, Miss Lilly. Like she knows.
Yeah. She knows who her protagonist is. I love it. All right, getting near the end of my coffee.
Mine's too.
All right, everybody, that's the end of our fireside chat for now. We want to blow it out.
We traveled all around the world on the planet.
All right, folks. Catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.